Good afternoon. Today is the 25th of May, and this is part 4 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2024 Enfield Pageant of Motoring. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information if I fall over, if I get tried to buy announcements or wind noise or other things. I'm afraid just the way that goes on this channel. It's got this McLaren here. I'm not quite sure what model that is actually, but it's on like a sort of mixed stand. I don't even know what stand this is. It says stand E1. Could be anything. Like right next to it, we've got this R129 Mercedes-Benz SL, which is very nice. Got the hardtop up. Ooh, the cream leather interior in there as well, with some wood. Very nice. The sale offers. We haven't put a phone number in there, so we can't quote that. We have, however, in this Ford Orion, got a telephone number. 1600E. Yes, please. 07983 468 310. Is that £10 or £10,000? Probably £10,000 rather than £10. £10 would be a bit too cheap. That's the sort of money they used to change hands for, I think, at some point in the 90s when we used to bang a race. Very nice though, 1600E. These are sort of the best of the best as far as I'm concerned. The best Orion ever made. Very, very, very nice indeed. Next to it, Sierra XR4i, 1983-84 registration. Got the correct sort of gearbox and steering wheel and everything in it. Had some modification, but not too much. That doesn't look too bad actually. Then Mark 1 Fiesta, 1980-1981 on a W. Had some Recaro seats put in. I think those are from an XR3i or something. Still got the 4-speed gearbox in it. Don't know what specification that is. Then Golf Mark 1 Cabriolet, 1981 to 82 on an X. BBS wheels, I think off like a Mark II or something. Mark II Escort van, although very heavily based on the Mark I still, 78-79 in a T, with the facelifted front end with an oval badge. Mark I Escort, 71-72 on a K. What this originally was, I don't know. It might well be just a sort of 1.1L, and that's been rather modified, increasing in value as I'm walking around, of course. This Mark V Cortina has had a much larger engine put in it than they ever came with. The maximum engine size you get when it was a 2.3, this is now a 3.5 litre. It's quite a late one, being 82 on a Y. Another Mark I Escort here, a little bit more standard looking than the other one, but not by much. It's an Escort twin cam, which was a specification for them back in the day. This one 70-71 on the J. And then a Mark 1 Focus RS. I think they're all this colour from memory. This one's been modified from track use, I think. And the Mark 3 ST. The big grille, I imagine that's a facelifted one, although that registration is a personal one. And then a Sierra Sapphire RS Cosworth. Be about 1990 or so. It could be a different year because of the personal plate. Have a look at the personal plate on this Mark III. Is that an RS or is it ST? Or is it so modified we'd have no idea? Maybe it's so modified we have no idea. Yes, we're so modified we have no idea. I prefer the Cosworth personally, that's just my preference. Then a 1965 Chevy C10. And a 2-door Cortina. Now they were sold over here. They were only, I think, available with 1.3 and 1.6 engines. What this is now, I don't know. Someone's put a 5-speed gearbox in it, so who knows? Ginger inside, eh? Final car on the stand is an Abarth 595C Trofeo. I have driven about 595, so it's not, sorry, just 595, not 595C. The C would be convertible version. But there's something over here I think I'm more interested in. Oh yes, viewers, Mark 1 and Mark 2 Ford Granadas. They do make me feel rather happy. This one is a late Mark 1 actually. It's a 1977 Mark 1 3-litre gear automatic. This one here is a Mark 2. It's a pre-facelift. Imagine it's a 2.8 gear. It was 2.3 gear. That's rare. Yeah, 79 to 80. And then we've got a Mark 2 facelift here. Now this one has been put on Mark 1 wheels. It's got the Type 9 5-speed manual in it, which is rare. Most of the larger engine ones were automatics. I don't know what specifications it is, to be honest. It's got a gear interior in it, but I don't know if it is a gear or not. Answer in the comments section below. Normally you'd have gear badges all over that, but I haven't got them. It's got the Chatsworth interior in it, that. And then this car we've seen before. It's an early Mark 1 GXL, maybe a 2.5 or a 3-litre. 73, 74. For whatever reason, there's a very empty looking sort of stand here. We've got a Consul Capri on here. I don't know what wheels those are. Interesting. It's the second one we've actually seen today. Maybe we'll see more, I don't know. We actually have one there. So we will see some more actually when we get to that bit. Right, next stand. At the Bromley Pageant every year, the Afro Classics people come along, and their stand is always of an exceptional quality. Always superb cars. In fact, actually, when I was at Bromley Pageant last year, they asked if they could use some of my footage from there for their own purposes, which I'm very happy to give to them because they've got such nice cars. 1976-77 Triumph Stag on an R registration, being Mark II, late Mark II. Next to it, 1969-70 Volvo Amazon. This is a 121. Very late actually, discontinued in 1970. Then next to it, 1963 Jensen CV8. I think this is a Mark 1. They had 3 marks of these, but this is a Mark 1. We haven't got the little trapdoor in the bonnet for this. And if you are into the stuff that I am, you'll recognise this being very similar to the car used in an old series called The Baron that was broadcast from 1966 to 67. And the car they used in that, which is 65, still exists. Another 635 CSI that we've perhaps seen before last year at Bromley Pageant. This is a 85-86 Jaguar E-Type Series 2 Roadster 69-70, and then 3 Jensen Scepters. Very nice. Someone's also got some good taste. This is sort of biscuit leather interior on this one. This is also sort of 80s looking modified actually. It's a Mark III, 74-75. This one's 75-76. Jensen unfortunately went under in 1976, I think it was, which is a shame. But they kept making these a bit after that. Very nice beige leather interior with wood. Dark blue. So I think this one's just become my favourite out of the 3. It's very, very nice. And then, yeah, another Mark III. This is electronic fuel injection, okay. I wonder if someone's swapped that out for like a Rover 3.5 V8 for the original Chrysler engine. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. And then we've got next to it a Mercedes S600. Probably about the same era as the personal plate, about sort of 1998, 1999. I think the new model of this came out in 99. Look at all those coil packs. And then very nice R107 Mercedes SL next to the newer model, again with all those coil packs with the V12. This is the largest engined R129 SL that they made. It's the SL600, this one would be called. And that is, well, one expensive car when it was new. in 97 or 98. That one is 380 SL, the sort of 83, 84. We haven't actually seen any of these yet. We haven't seen any 46 M3. This is a CSL, this one. It's unlike sort of Retro Rides Weekender or Shedfest. We saw millions of these. Porsche 911 Carrera. This is a 991. Although, you know, you're asking to the wrong person if you want detailed information about a car like this, because I won't be able to give it to you. Is that a V8 engine Land Rover Defender? Oh, it is. Oh, we could talk about that. Ultra emission zone. No, actually, it's not compliant. It's too old. Yeah, it is. All these people who bought cars in here between about 1984 and about 2002 for petrols or forbidden fuel even later, they've all had to pay the ultra emission zone charge. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, 2007 Aston Martin DB9, very nice. I drove one when I was on track. It was great. SL55 AMG. I can't remember the name for this shape of SL. And a Brabus K8. I imagine that's like an SL but with far more power. Look at that engine. Crazy. And then BMW 6 Series. Another E46. 996 facelift 911. 1995 Volkswagen Corrado's VR6. Interesting looking Golf Mark 4. And then I think that's the, what do they call that? CL or something like that. Right, I better get a little bit off the stand before my information really is terrible. Well, viewers, I almost fell over there. I got my foot caught on one of the sort of tape bits on the fence, but I managed not to fall over, so we're all right. Haven't fallen over yet doing a shambolic shuffle, but I've got close. Got close again there. 1982, 1983 Land Rover Series 3. Hopefully that's for 2.25 litre petrol engine. Then an Austin A30. That is a sort of early 50s, top of a small rear window. 1960-70 Triumph Herald 1360 convertible, very similar to the one that I drove in 2022. That one had different wheels and had a 1.5 engine, the same colour though. And here's that Mercedes-Benz 190 that we saw earlier on. We've got an information sheet here. It's a 92. It's an 2-litre Sportline. Would have cost a lot of money. A lot of money back in the day. Chevy El Camino, 1977-1978 on an S. Very typical sort of American interior at the time, isn't it? Then we've got MGC, 1968-1969 on a G. Then a Ford Ranchero, which is sort of the equivalent of the El Camino, only made by Ford as opposed to General Motors. That one is in 1967. And we've got 1968 Chevy, I think that's a C10. Chevy Camaro SS 1967 with stroker engine, 475 horsepower. That is crazy. Then a 1965 Ford Mustang, interesting colour. 1967 Ford Mustang. 1964 Ford Galaxy 500 Guardsman Blue. This is absolutely huge. I'm going to trip over this. Wow. Vast thing. And then Motion Picture Motors are here with some cars which are either TV used cars or look like TV used cars. See a taxi. If you're selling your American film, you need something like this. This one is a Ford Crown Victoria. That might actually be a personal plate, so there might be an information sheet here. Doesn't say, so I imagine it's about 2007. We've got a replica of ones that we used in the Mr. Bean. We've got the chair on there, there's Teddy. This particular car, interesting sort of mixture of bits. It's sort of 70-71, but it's got a much later steering wheel on it. Who knows? Oh, right, okay. Is this perhaps a replica Bluesmobile? It certainly looks like it, doesn't it? One in the Bose Brothers, of course, is a 74 Dodge Monaco. Is this the one Mr. Richardson drove on his Furious Driving channel? I mean, it could be. It doesn't have the actual plates on it. Yeah, it is a 74 Dodge Monaco. And we have Reliant Regal Supervan 3. Yep, Supervan 3. Let's just see if this is a screen used one. Yep, it is. It's a screen used one. 68-69. Superb. Dress up as Del Boy and Rodney if you dare. And then a replica Bullet, one with Steve McQueen sitting in it. JJZ 109. Wonderful. There is Mr. McQueen himself, as you can see. Wonderful. And there's another big old American car here. That is absolutely huge. What film would this be from? Can't place it at the moment. It's 1958 Buick Silver Lady. Can't say I know the film that's from, but it's very nice anyway. Cadillac Eldorado here. I don't think it's quite 59. The 59s are ones with the most ridiculous fins I've ever seen in any car, so it's not quite one of those. It's not far off though. I think this is a 58. A bit smaller but still very American influenced is this Ford Consul Capri. This one sort of behind the other one that's here. Be about 1962, 63 perhaps. And then we've got this this van which is actually based on the Anglia, but this is known as a Thames van. The later ones from 65 onwards were known as Ford vans, but this is known as the Thames 500 weight, and you can see it's got a much simpler grille than most of the Anglias, which were mainly sold in deluxe form with a wider grille. Another Consul Capri, that's 4 of them we've seen today. That was on wire wheels. Excellent. A 1978-79 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. I'm getting sort of vibes from Smokey and the Bandit 2, perhaps. I think that was about 1980, so it would be a different year of car, but similar to this. Original ones were a 77 model year, I think. We have Series 2 E-Type here. It's a 2+2 model, automatic. The American specification originally this. 69-70 on an H. And then Mark 1 Ford Escort RS 1600. Which is nice. Then a Morgan 4.4, maybe early 90s, and then a Wartburg Knight. Now in this country, when they're officially sold over here in the late 1970s, they were called the Tourist, the estate version. This is not a UK car originally, it was imported, so I don't think it's called the Tourist. It was lovely old 2-stroke in it though at this stage. They weren't fitted with the later Volkswagen derived engines until about 1989, I think. This is an 87, 88. 1976-77 MGB with bumpers, and then an absolute delight. Look at this, a Saab 99 GL, 1976-1977 on an R. That is fantastic. Combi Coupe, this is called. Wow, and it's an automatic. That's a very, very rare car. I've not driven a 99. I've driven a 900, an early 900. It was a 83 actually, the one I drove. And they are similar to this, but they're not exactly the same, of course. And then we've got this very nice Ford Cortina that we saw earlier. Now, that is not the original engine. You can see it's got a twin cam 16 valve. That's a Z-Tech R engine in it, probably from like a, I don't know, a Mondeo or something. And then we've got this really sort of odd thing here. It's not a BMW, it's a DFSK. How that's actually got in here without being part of a car club, I don't know. Golf Mark II GTI. That'll be for sort of mid-80s, not a big bumper or anything. 1966 Ford Mustang, and a very interesting Corsair 69 to 70, but that's been lowered and put on some BBS wheels. It's interesting look. It'd be like a sort of Cortina Savage. I'd love the 336 V6 in that. Wonderful. Right, next Citroen DS, stand F4. Don't know what that sort of means particularly. 1971-72 this one. Left-hand drive, like most of them in this country are these days. It's the Palace. It's probably the DS23 Palace model. The Palace is the luxury model. Then a BMW 3-litre CS. I don't think it's a CSR because that would have a spoiler on the back. Nevertheless, these are very rare exclusive cars. 1974-75, pre-attested to the 6 Series. Very nice indeed. 1988 to 1989 BMW 635 CSI, probably this one will be, with a beige leather interior and Alpina wheels. Very nice. And then an Alpina C2. If you didn't fancy a BMW M3, a V30 type, you could buy one of these. 1990 to 1991 Alpina C2 with a 2.7 engine. I'd much rather have one of these, particularly as it's actually right-hand drive. I'd much rather have one of these. Then a late Mark I Cortina, 1966. Someone's happy, aren't they? Lotus Elan M100. At some point I have been offered one of these, and I've looked up some insurance cover for it to do the review, and it's actually alright to insure, so hopefully you'll be seeing one of these soon. It just needs a new clutch in it. That's failed, so there we go. But yeah, interesting car, Isuzu engine and front wheel drive. 1991 that one is. A 73-74 Triumph Stag in this interesting shade of purple. This will be a Mark II. That's got the hardtop in place on it. And then a Datsun 260Z, I believe this one is. Yeah, 260Z. I've driven one of these. I drove it in 2021. It wasn't the easiest car to drive. The gearbox was a little bit difficult, but it was amazing. I can't believe someone let me drive theirs, but they did. It was good. Then an A124 Mercedes-Benz, the convertible version of W124. First generation of the E-Class. That one, I don't know, debadged that one. Hopefully it's a nice 6-cylinder. Don't know what this Vauxhall Mariva's doing in this section, but never mind, we'll move on. Another one of these Mark II Cortina Crayfords, and this one has had some engine work done to it. So of course we've seen quite a few of these before. That Silver Shadow wasn't there. What's doing here? Yeah, 600E convertible. Interesting. Now this is rarer than most of the cars we've seen. This is a Fiat Strada Abarth. It's a 130 TC, I think, this one. This is an early first facelift Strada, and it looks fantastic. These are such unbelievably rare cars, these. And another Stag. That is, I think, a Mark II. This is 1973. Then an Austin A60 Cambridge, 1966, on the D. Mark IV Toyota Supra, with some enormous wheels on it. I like super standard Supras personally, but lots of them are modified these days. And then this BMW, again, I'm not entirely sure what that's doing in here. I kept see it's part of the club. It's the Descendants CCC, whatever that is. I'm not entirely sure I've heard of that before. The 428. I have driven one like this. One of these 4 Series. I drove it a while ago. I think it was just a 420. It's a manual. Right, let's go over there, shall we, and not trip up on this tape again. Big achievement, viewers, I didn't fall over. Right, 1968, 1969 Fiat 124 Sport Coupe. This is a lovely looking car. Look how handsome these are. Oh, viewers, I really want to go in one of those. It's very rare in this country though. 1969 to 1970 Ford Escort Mark 1 1300 Super. This looks in completely original condition. It's such a delight to see a Mark 1 Escort that hasn't been modified. As most of them have been, even the 4 doors. That is wonderful. Another Ford Consul Capri. This is again really nice. In fact, this, I don't think that's modified either. That's nice, isn't it? Very nice. Austin Cambridge. It could be anything from an A40 to an A55. It might sound a back actually for this one. I know, sorry, it's not even one of those. It's an A96. It's a Westminster, that one. And then Land Rover Series 2A, 1966. Next to a Vauxhall. This might be a Velox actually, but it's probably a Cresta. Yeah, most of them are Crestas. The Velox was the lower specification model. And there is the Series 2A. There's a heritage certificate here. Interesting, it's a 66, but it's a 65. I presume it's registered a bit later. I wonder if this Renault Traffic is a petrol one, viewers. You know what? I'm actually going to check. Very nice Triumph Herald. Is that a 1250 convertible? No, it's 1200 convertible, 65. And then an E30 BMW 3 Series. But it just sounds a bit poorly. I've not been able to identify from the registration check what fuel this particular Renault Traffic is. So let's just avoid that and have a look at that. Ooh, Mark II Consul convertible. Very nice. And then another one of this shape of Mercedes. I think it's a W108, but I'm wrong. 280 SE. So Bedford CFs, 2 of them. That was a Dormobile conversion. That one's called Caroline. I think we know about that one. We'll skip that one. A replica Volvo 850 Estate touring car replica. I wonder if this has still got its original specification badge on the back. I have a feeling that it probably won't, but there we go. 1995, 1996. I have another Ford V8 Pilot. This seems to be breeding around here. And then a Mark II Consul convertible 375. That was the type name of Ford for these. Transit will have to perhaps leave because we're unsure about that one. And then we'll move down to the Pagoda SL here. Might just finish this row and go to the next part. 68 to 69 this one on a G. I imagine by this stage they were the 280 SL. Oh yes, it was a 280 SL. And then an Audax Menx. Say 1959 that one. Series 3. There's an album there, but unfortunately I haven't got time to look at it. Then there's 1990 this will be, Volkswagen Golf GTI 3-door that has had, I believe, is that an engine swap or is it original engine? Someone in the comment section let me know, I'm not actually sure. Oh, it's an 89. Oh, it has had an engine swap. It's now developing 337 horsepower. I think though, my eye's been caught by something else here. Look at this, it's a Mazda. This is RE12, I think actually this might have a different name. Yeah, it's an RX4. I think I've seen this somewhere before, I can't remember where. So 73, 74. These are stupidly rare cars, these. Much rarer than something like a Cortina, of course. They didn't sell tons of them in this country and they were new, but there were people who bought them, and I like that quite a lot, viewers, actually. a 1985 Mercedes-Benz 560 SEL W126 shape. I think these were the largest engines you get for this generation of what I'm going to call the S-Class for the sake of argument. And then, as a member of the Volvo Owners Club, it makes me very happy to finish off this part with a 1967-68 Volvo Amazon 123 GT. And a very handsome car it is as well. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you in the next part for even more incorrect information.